Hi, my name is Justin, aka Ghost Reader, and today I'm going to be doing a review of the book Beds Are for Flowers by R.K. Gold. R.K. Gold, also known as Ari, actually gave me this book a while ago to read. He wrote this book. He's one of our fellow booktubers. He's here in the book community. He's doing a lot of great stuff, and he self-published this book. And he gave it to me not in exchange for a review, but he just gave it to me to read because I was really interested in his work. Actually, after reading this, I'm actually going to go out and also buy a physical copy of it because I actually did like it, and I'm going to support him by buying a physical copy. If you want to check out the book, I'll leave links down below where you can go and you can buy them, buy it. And so yeah, so the reason why I read this book is one, it's been on my TBR forever, and two, RK Go is also coming out with another book in June. So I wanted to read this book first, and he also gave me an arc for the second book in the series for in exchange for a review. So I will be doing a review for the second book in the series. So of course I had to read the first, and since I read the first, I said why not just go ahead and give a review for it. And so here we are doing the book review. But enough about that. Let's talk about Beds Are for Flowers. So the story for Bed Are for Flowers is about there's these three children, Clarence, Wakoba, and Jesse. Clarence and Jesse are brothers, and Wakoba is kind of Clarence's friend, and they live in the world where it's kind of devoid of color and it's gray, and that is because basically reapers in this world come into our world and they take people who are of course dying to paradise in this place called in this world called Gaiden. And in exchange for when they take people into Gaiden, they actually bring life back, and that basically helps keep the earth revitalized and replenished, kind of like this balance. But one of the Reapers basically doesn't like humanity, doesn't like the way they're treating the world, so he decides that he's going to go and he's going to stop that from happening. So he sets himself up in this tree, which is kind of like the quote unquote portal between the two worlds, the bridge, you can say, between these two worlds. And basically he stops this balance, and so the world begins to go gray, and then this other reality called the End begins to creep into our world, and basically monsters and stuff comes out from there. And so now if you want to go to the afterlife to reach Gaiden, you now have to avoid the End trying to get there, and also the journey to get to paradise is now kind of really dangerous because the Reapers aren't as powerful as they once were, and basically this Reaper in the tree is controlling access to paradise. And so the story basically, or at least how the adventure gets started, is that Clarence's father is dying, and he doesn't want to see his father go around the End because he knows that if he tries to do this journey, even with a Reaper, there's a chance that he may not make it to Gaiden and his spirit may not find rest. So these three actually set out with the help of his neighbor, who's a mysterious figure in the story, who's actually has a garden that actually still has color in the world that's kind of devoid of color. So they start off on a journey, and basically they go to face off with the Reaper in the tree and set things back in balance. So I hope that was a good synopsis of the story. I really liked this book. I like the characters in it. Clarence is the titular hero of the story, and he basically is this really passionate kid who has he's kind of like the positive guy. He always sees like the good in people. He's kind of sees like a glass. He's the glass half full guy. Then you kind of have his sister Jessie, who is kind of the glass have like empty, but more of a realist. And then you have Wakoba, who is Clarence's friend, who is kind of like, he hasn't really found himself yet. He's kind of scared of a lot of things, which he kind of has the right to be with the things that can happen to you in this world. But he begins to find himself along the way, and I think he has the most character growth of all the main characters in the story. So I like the characters in the story. I like the kids. I like the plot of the story, and I kind of also like the themes in the story as well. Like this basic aspiration of balance, and the fact that there is a balance in the world, and that if we upset that balance, we can throw things out of balance. And once we throw things out of balance, we can cause damage, and some of that damage could be irreparable. Um, We also some of the themes also explored in this book is not really being appreciative of what we have. So I mean, we live in a world where there is life and there's color. If we don't really take care of that life and take care of that, we can lose it. And kind of what the things the Reaper and the Tree is kind of mad about is he feels that humanity doesn't really take care of what he has or appreciate the things that he has. And he feels like for all the work that he does and bringing life into this world, we humans don't appreciate that. And so I really like the aspiration of balance and also appreciating the life in the world that we're given in this book. Now, for me, some cons were that in some places I felt like the main characters of this book were, I don't think their age is ever explicitly said, but I feel like we're in like middle school, maybe freshman in high school, where would say some stuff that I felt would like a more mature person would say in their situation, and that kind of threw me for a bit because I was like, whoa. Like I don't think like someone of that age would say that particular thing, but that wasn't really like a big deal. It wasn't like, oh man, this really destroys the book for me or anything like that. It just kind of took me out of the narrative at places. But I mean, these kids could also be just really mature by the world they live in too. But also kind of picturing like the relationship between not really like the physical relationship between like the end uh their world and kind of like the tree. It was kind of, I'm not really sure how they're physically connected to each other. Like, is the end something that's like kind of creeping across the world in the physical realm, or is it kind of just like things are coming from the end and that you find like you just kind of find your way in like into the in between or like around the end. So that kind of was something that I didn't find. Like this could be, I could be missing something, but for me I was trying to picture and I couldn't really picture that really well in my head. But overall, I gave this book, if I was to give it like a star rating, I'd give it a 4 out of 5 stars. I enjoyed this book. I look forward to reading the next one in the series, which is Secrets Are for Flowers. And so I'm going to read that and hopefully have that review up before the release of the next book, which is, if I'm not mistaken, June 2nd. If I'm wrong about that, you can I'll definitely place it down in the description box below so you can check it out and pre-order it. If you pre-order if you want, if you so wish. I think I actually will be pre-ordering the physical copy of Secret for Our Flowers, pending my review of the book, of course. So yeah, so that is my review of Beds Are for Flowers by RK Gold. I want to thank you all for watching. Let me know what you thought of my review. Let me know how I did down in the comment section below. Let me know if you read Beds Are for Flowers and what your thoughts are on the book. I'd be really glad to hear those. And let me know if you have read it, if you're gonna pick up the second book as well. So if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you want to see more videos from me, please subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at GhostStreets20, and also the link to my Goodreads is down in the description box below. So as always, keep reading.